In this video, I want to go over the perspective crop tool, which is found if you hover on the crop tool and it's just the second one down. The perspective crop tool works really well on buildings. Never try to use this on people. You're going to distort them and make them look you're going to distort them and make them look really strange. The idea with this is it fills in sides where the image has been altered because of the perspective. So you see how this image of the building is shot from below, and it has perspective. Like it gets narrower up at the top, but the actual building doesn't, right? So the way this tool works, I have it selected, is you make a preliminary crop by just clicking and dragging over the whole image. And it gives us a grid. And what we want to do is we want to take the anchor points at the top corners, and I'm going to drag them in. And as I'm dragging them in, I'm looking at the grid lines along the edge of my building, and I'm trying to get them to line up. So I'm looking at the grid line again that's right at the edge of my building. So like right now, if I say I can't release, if I release my mouse, okay, yeah, you can see it. So this line here, it is not following the perspective of the edge of the building yet. So this is the one I want to follow that perspective, the edge of the building. So I'm going to keep moving it here until it is now following the perspective of the building. You see how it's parallel to the edge of the building? I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so now I'm looking for this line to be parallel to the edge of that building, following the perspective. So what Photoshop is going to do is it's going to take this perspective, now it's measured it, and it's basically going to kind of like stretch it out of the top. Watch what happens when I commit. Boom. It's kind of cool. It's a little bit crazy that it does that, but now that building looks more like you photographed it from hovering up here because it's lost its perspective. We'll do it on another image over here. This is the one for your homework assignment. Now this one it was shot, it's a really tight crop as is, so we're definitely going to lose part of the image, but we want to get it so it loses the perspective. So right now it's slanted in, and instead we want those edges to be straight lines. So same thing, I am going to move the tip here, my top anchor, so that this line, my dotted line here, is aligned to the edge of this edge of the brick. That's what I'm trying to get to be straight. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And on this side, I have a little bit of room. So this one, when I moved it in, it's going to crop all of this off. But that's okay because my goal is to get it straight. But this one, I'm going to be able to keep a little bit of the image outside of this part of the brick. But I'm making this dotted line parallel to over here, and I'm going to commit to it by double clicking, and there, boom, it straightened it out. Okay, so again, never do this on people. It'll make them stretch out and look really weird, but it's a great fix, especially if you're shooting buildings.